Is it Skills of Success here with you, talking about Thomas Edison, part 2 of 3. We're so excited to be here with you today, learning about Thomas Edison and what he did to find success in life. You know, what we're talking about today is what he did by the age of 12. You're not going to believe what he did by the age of 12, so stay with us. Don't leave. For all of you that shared and commented and liked the previous part 1 of 3, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Please do that again right below. Like it, share it. Do whatever you got to do to help us share the love, right? So Thomas Edison, what did he do by age 12? And before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about how a desire for learning can change your circumstances. You know, so many of us, we go to college, we get a degree, and we move on. We get a job, and we're very content, right? And we figure out, why aren't we progressing? Why aren't we becoming greater at what we're doing? It's because we stop learning. We stop educating ourselves in the field we've chosen. So what's the best way and the fastest way for us to achieve success? The fastest way for us to get ahead of the game, the fastest way for us to stick out in whatever industry we've chosen, and that is self-education. After we're graduated from college, it's just the beginning. We have the opportunity to self-educate. But even better is we get to self-educate in the areas that we choose. We get to decide what areas we get to improve on. So this is a really, really important thing. And Thomas Edison taught us this exact principle. And this is why this is part 2 of 3. And we're going to learn what he did by the age of 12. And I have a list here of what Thomas Edison did by the age of 12. It is mind-blowing. So I hope you guys really like this list. Let me share this real quick with my friend group. And then we'll get going on what he did by the age of 12. Okay, here we go. Age of 12. Now think back to when you were 12 years old. What were you doing? Now think about that. What were you doing at the age of 12? And I don't know what I was doing, but I sure wasn't doing what Thomas Edison was doing. Okay, so by the age of 12, this is what he did. He read Gibbon's Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire. He read Sears' History of the World. He read Burton's Anatomy of Melancholy. Think about that. Listen to these books. He devoured the World Dictionary of Science at the age of 12. And also a number of other works on practical chemistry. By the age of 12, he read all of these books. He was already ahead of the game. He was already prepping himself for the amazing things that he accomplished in his life. You know, how many of us right now are dedicating ourselves to self-education, dedicating ourselves to improving and getting above and beyond what the norm is? You know, so many of us want more out of life, but we're not putting in the effort to get that more out of life. We're being content. And there's so many books, so many programs, so many mentors out there that can help us learn how we can get to the next level. If we can really humble ourselves and understand that there's so much more information out there for us to digest and for us to learn, that's when we truly can become successful. When we learn from people that have already been where we want to go. And this is the main reason I started Skills of Success, this Facebook, and this kind of company, I guess you could say, because I want to learn what are the skills of the most successful people that have ever lived. And I want to take those skills, not only implement them into my own life, but help share them with you guys so you can implement them into your life. So we can all together become very, very successful. Now, we won't be successful if we try to do it on our own. I know there have been people in history that have done that, but it's a long, long, long road. Why don't we just learn from the people that have already done it? They've already paid the price. They've already learned the methods that you need to do in order to reach that level of success. So let's learn from them. So the best way, just like Thomas Edison did, he became well-versed in the subject that he desired to improve in. That for him was science. And by the age of 15, he invented his first invention. So what can we do to copy him? Well, we can understand what field are we in, what field do we want to be in, and which field do we want to be most successful in. And once we decide on that specific field, then we learn everything we can possibly know about that field. We can learn the failures, the successes, how long it took them to get there, and so forth. And once we learn all of these things, we can start to implement it into our own thoughts and our own processes. And by that time, we'll be able to achieve a level of success that we had not known previously. So I truly believe Thomas Edison taught us a very, very important principle about success, and that is self-education. Learn, 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 learn. Never stop studying, never stop studying, never stop learning, never stop being interested in growth. The second we decide to be complacent and we decide to stop progressing, we've finished the journey. Once the journey's done, what's the point? So why can't we, just like Edison, have a desire to continually learn all of the things about our industry that will make us not only good at what we do, but great at what we do? We may not become the next Thomas Edison. That may be out of our realm, but maybe not. You never know. But we can become great. We can learn from him and become great. So part 2 of 3. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and share, comment below if you believe in self-education, if you believe in furthering your education in your field of study so you can become dominant in that field. Not just average, but dominant. Like and share, comment, share it with all your friends. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. Again, Skills of Success here, Brock with you. Thanks for following us, and hope you guys have a great day. Look out for part 3 of 3. The next part's going to be absolutely amazing. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.